My name is Benedict Owusu. Welcome to the sports segment here on the AM Show. Well, Ghana will be banned by FIFA next Tuesday from all football-related activities if a petition by the Attorney General to begin the liquidation process of the GFA is not withdrawn by Monday. This is the latest twist to all the issues that have been happening since the airing of the Anas's expose in football corruption. So last night, FIFA released a statement signed by Fatima Samora. She is General Secretary of the World Football's governing body, and I'm going to read the critical points in that statement. One, it says that to date, and you can see that statement on your screen. So to date, the scope of the investigations into the allegations of widespread match fixing and corruption within the GFA remains unclear. However, the Bureau considers that the petition introduced by the Attorney General to the High Court of Justice to start the liquidation process of the GFA constitutes an undue influence in the affairs of the GFA in contravention of Article 14, Paragraph 1 and Article 19, Paragraph 1 of the FIFA statutes. Under these circumstances, the Bureau, based on Article 16, Paragraph 1 of the FIFA statute, decided on 11th of August 2018 that if the petition to start the liquidation process of the GFA is not withdrawn by Monday, which will be 27th of August 2018, the time given is 12 midday, the GFA will be suspended with immediate effect. Now, the suspension will be lifted only once the above-mentioned petition is withdrawn and FIFA is given written proof thereof. Now, in accordance with Article 16, Paragraph 3 of the FIFA statute, if the GFA were to be suspended, it may not exercise any of its membership rights. Furthermore, other member associations could not entertain sporting contact with the GFA. So that's the FIFA statement signed by Madam Fatima Samora, the General Secretary of FIFA. So what it means is that if Ghana is to be banned on Monday, our impending participation in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, that's the Black Maidens, will be hit. So it means the Black Maidens cannot be at that tournament, which will be hosted in Uruguay. Also, you know, Indiana Stars are playing in Africa in the CAF Confederation Cup. So if the Attorney General goes ahead and the petition is not withdrawn, Indiana Stars cannot continue playing in the CAF Confederation Cup. Another one, the Black Stars are to play in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier next month with Kenya. That game is supposed to be played on the 9th of September. So if we should be banned, what it means is that Black Stars will also not play in that qualifiers as well. A lot more to come. Will bring you details of that, especially the tournament that we risk, missing out if this takes effect. Another one, critical one, we also have to talk about is our hosting of the Africa Women's Championship here in Ghana in November. So all these competitions will be hit if that takes effect. So we will definitely follow this. We're hoping to speak to Winfred Osei Kuku Palmer, who is an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association. Currently, we are unable to make contact with him, but as and when we get him, we definitely will put him on the line and get his thoughts on this new development to this issue. So we definitely will update you more. You have to stay here on JoyNews, but we have to continue and do some more stories here on the local scene. And President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Ben Nunu Mensah, has announced his exit as the leader of the federation, not the Ghana Olympic Committee, but rather the Ghana Weightlifting Federation. He's also chairman of the Ghana Weightlifting Federation, and he has announced that in his capacity as the federation chairman, he's quitting. Now, this has come because his tenure has expired, and he says contesting again as an executive member of the federation is not something he's thinking about. Mr. Nunu was also president of the GOC, as I noted, was voted in office 2012, and that's the president of the Weightlifting Federation, and later became the head of the GOC chairman. My colleague Nana Kwame Asama had an interview with him, and he mentioned why he wouldn't want to continue as the head of the Ghana Weightlifting Federation.
No leader can be there forever. I think that it's my style. I set goals and targets for myself, and once I think that I've achieved them or I've far exceeded them, you move on and let people come with fresh ideas and let them also continue. I mean, it's just that I've been weightlifting president for close to 5.5 years. For over a year, I've been trying to get somebody to also come take up. And now that there are interests from other parties, why not? Let others come and continue. I'll still be around to support. I mean, you look at what we've done over the last 6 years. It's amazing, and we couldn't ask God to give us much more than what He's already given us. It's nothing. I wouldn't say that I have had a meeting with them. I've assured them that I'm not going to go away completely. They are still my kids. I'll take care of them like I've been taking care of them. It's just that I want somebody new to be the face of weightlifting in Ghana. I love those children. I would have left some 3 years ago, but I still love them. I understand when they were all weeping and they were all crying, but they also have to understand that I don't take that decision alone. I have a family, I have relatives, I have friends. And for me, my style is make a mark, set goals for yourself, and once you've achieved them, you move on and let somebody also come with fresh ideas. People think Nunu Mensah is the best. The next one coming will do much better than I'm doing. So let's allow people to also come and serve, and let's allow people to also come and give their ideas and see where they can take things to.
All right, so President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Nunu Mensah, in that interview with my colleague Nana Kwame Asamoah. Well, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, you've been following us here on JoyNews. Yesterday on Sports Today, we brought the breaking news of Asante Kotoko dissolving their management team. Well, a new management team has been formed, and I'm just briefly going to mention the people that formed the new management team. Now, Mr. George Amakon is the Chief Executive Officer, and then lawyer Samuel Safo Doku will be Director of Communications with Mr. Yao Amo Sapon as the policy analyst, and then Mr. Isaac Donko is the Director of Operations. Jerry Pratt Newton, Doctor, is the medical officer, and then Edmond Aka will be the Accra representative of the club. So the statement on your screen. Nana Kwame Dankwa is the Deputy Accra representative, and then Mr. Caleb Adams will be the psychologist of the team. Miss Rose Padmo Yabua will be the administrative manager, and then Miss Lucy Josephine Ando is the Deputy Administrative Manager, and then Nana Akwesi Jambibi is the Special Assistant to the Executive Chairman. And the appointment takes immediate effect. The Director of Communications is to appoint other persons to constitute the Communications Directorate, and other appointments would be announced soon. And this is coming from the Executive Chairman of the club, that's Dr. Kwame Chei, and the Executive Chairman strongly believes in the capabilities of the new appointed persons to propel the Great Fabulous Club to the greatest height in the game of football. So that's the latest coming from the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Returning to our earlier story, that was our first story where I was talking about the FIFA statement that Ghana will be banned by FIFA next Tuesday from all football-related activities if a petition by the Attorney General to begin the liquidation process of the GFA is not withdrawn by Monday. Luckily, we have Winfield Osei, affectionately called as Palmer, on the line. Don, very good morning to you, and thanks for joining me. You think that government will withdraw this?
That would be very difficult for me to take, in the sense that, unfortunately for me, I don't sit within the corridors of power to take a decision, and this will be within the remit of governance, and I think it's beyond my understanding that the government may toe a certain line. Unless I'm within cabinet that I could have influenced certain decisions, it will be very difficult for me to state it as it is. But looking at what has been submitted to us by FIFA, it will be proper for the government to look at it and consider it in a very good light.
What will be your advice to government? Because yes, we've made some investments in the upcoming African Women's Championship. Also, some of our teams are preparing for their impending assignment. So if this should take effect, what it means is that the Black Stars team will not play the qualifiers. Also, the Black Maidens will not be able to participate in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Then the African Women's Championship, which government has already committed money into our hosting, will also be taken away from us. So what will be your advice to government?
Yeah, Bernard, if you look at the statement, it's very clear that the suspension will run until we decide to withdraw the matter from court, or the Ghana decides to withdraw the matter from court, which means that even if it takes the government 50 years to take such a decision, we'll come back to the fact that this issue must be withdrawn from court before FIFA will start dealing with Ghana. Even if government goes ahead to get judgment at the law court, it will not be recognized or acknowledged by FIFA at any material moment in time, because the records are very strict as to what must be done in order for us to regain our status of the suspension. So if that is the thinking of FIFA in this correspondence, then it's very clear that why do we have to wait for several years before going by the dictates of this letter? People are saying that we have a sovereign Ghana. Yes, and I'm a proud Ghanaian. The sovereign Ghana, nobody can dispute that fact. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that if really we want to join or be part of FIFA, there are a set of rules and regulations that we have to adhere to. And that is very paramount going forward to develop. So what are the consequences? Should the government go otherwise? What are the consequences in relation to development of the game in Ghana? Just even look at the ripple effect that football has brought. Players like Osefo, Asamoah, Sule Mutari, and just to mention a few, they have got investments in Ghana, which is employing a lot of people, and that should clearly demonstrate to you that apart from the direct benefit that we as investors have given to football, it's very clear that it's not something that we should whittle away on the count that we want to just liquidate the FA. And for what purpose? So I would say that it would be prime and proper for the government to consider this and meet all the other stakeholders in order for us to have an amicable settlement to this impasse. Anything beyond this will put us in a very, very bad light, even within the international community.
Finally, how disappointed? Yeah, okay. So finally, how disappointed would you be if government decides to go otherwise?
I will not be disappointed. That will be the decision of government, and whoever is taking that decision should be mindful of the fact that any scenario that you arrive at in the decision-making process, there are consequences to that particular decision. I will not be disappointed at all. Okay,
Mr. Palmer, we don't have much time to continue this conversation. Thanks so much for joining me this morning on the AM show. So that was Wilfred, or affectionately called Palmer, an executive committee member of the Enchanted Ghana Football Association, reacting to the statement from FIFA stating that Ghana will be banned next Monday if government if the Attorney General do not withdraw the court case against the Ghana Football Association. Definitely will bring you more reactions to this story. But thanks so much for your company this morning. I'm Benedict Owusu. Atu, my colleague Nathan Lato will be here with the Joy Sports today, which is our major sports bulletin on this platform. Don't go away. After this short commercial break, the AM show returns.